the Bay Area in general and Oakland in specific has hundreds of nonprofits. And if you include the churches, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Please restate your point before we started recording, because it's a very good one.
Well, I'm just wondering why, with all the programs and all the funding going into Oakland, why every child in Oakland is not in college or is not in a private school or is not in a school that is catered to their needs and skill set. Where's the money going? Because I have seen teachers do more with less. So I'm wondering, what's the problem? Because having been a public school teacher, I can teach any group of kids anywhere at any time if I have three things: parent support, a room with some chairs in it, and some paper and pencils. That's all you need. And a teacher who gets the kids. So I don't understand, with all the money that's flooded into Oakland to support children in schools, I'm not sure why 3/4 of Oakland isn't in college and able to afford to get jobs that they are not getting priced out of Oakland with. I'm just curious.
Mhm.
But I have so many different theories. First of all, I think there is a commitment to ensure that children are not successful in public schools. The attack on public schools is appalling in the first place. There are smart kids in those schools. There are good teachers in those schools. And I don't understand why teachers became the boogeyman for everything that has gone wrong in society. How about the churches, to your point, right? People claim to be going. What are you learning when you get there?
Mm.
Are you not learning to be kind to one another, to support one another, do unto others as you want to be treated? And then we walk outside, we act like savages, and then we're mystified. What's wrong with the kids? What do I always say is wrong with the kids? Us. Maybe if we acted more dignified, maybe if we actually took resources and used it on the children. I mean, with all the money that churches have, why are there any children hungry? Why are there any kids in orphanages? Why are there any kids in foster care? If all the pro-lifers are really so pro-life, how come there's not a line around the building to adopt these kids and fund these programs? How come everything that's child-related isn't automatically funded? How come there's not a slush fund that just goes to children? We have money that just goes to war.
Yeah, it's literally.
No one ever says, "Oh, I don't know if there's enough money in the bank account to cover this war." But let's cut the waffle program for the children in poor areas. And I mean poor areas like Appalachia, the mountains of Kentucky. It's not just inner city. It's not just the little black kid with the flies flying around their head. Okay. Like, there's poor people of all races. There just seems to be a commitment to make sure some are more successful than others. And that's layered in and of itself. But speaking on Oakland, I know that there's enough resources in Oakland to save a small country in Africa. So I don't understand why we can't send all the kids in Oakland to college. Why is it this hard? It's not this hard. Kids are not this hard to teach.
Pulling in donations, all these churches pulling in, you add up all the churches that are pulling in donations every week. They pull in millions.
Every week they're pulling in money, tithes, donations, all kinds of things. And you're telling me what? God's good at everything other than balancing the checking account? Give me a break. Welcome to Raw Food.
Welcome to Raw Food. Yeah, what are we getting with all of this money? You would think, I mean,
I'm not feeling my bang for my buck.
All kinds of fundraisers. I'm constantly getting hit up for donations. I donate when and where I can. I'm asked to go to fundraising dinners here and there. Sometimes it's like related to something Styles Hall or like something someone else is doing. But yes, to your point, like sometimes it feels like the money is just to pay for the fancy dinner event with the influential person that you brought in to be the guest of honor. And where's the rest of the money going?
Between the Salvation Army, the Red Cross, the Catholic Church, the donation centers, the bake sales, the fundraisers, the grants, the federal funding, you're telling me with all of those resources, we cannot do something as basic as ensure that kids get through from K through 12 and can come out and read and write and do basic math and have basic manners? We can't guarantee that with the money we have. Really? And yeah, it's easy to make the teachers the boogeyman, but my question is, where are the parents? Now, as you know, there was a whole big controversy in San Francisco, your neck of the woods, over comments that was made by one of the Asian members of the school board. And everybody's outraged. Everybody's upset because she said, as an Asian person, she said she did not think that Black and brown families were as supportive of education as other groups. And people were outraged and said that it was racist. Now, having been a school teacher, this is what I will say. I am disappointed to see parents show up to Halloween, but not to parent teachers night. I am disappointed when I only see parents at football games, but not at school board meetings. Where's the lie? Parent teachers night is twice a year. I don't care if you work 18 hours a day. You're telling me twice a year, one person from the child's family cannot come down and speak to the teacher? I'm sorry. I do not believe that it's that hard. I don't know. I'll take that back. I'm not saying it's hard. I'll say it's not impossible to do, especially if you get the school year calendar months in advance and you know the dates coming. You get a ballpark of dates, right? If you can plan a vacation, you can plan to get to the nail salon. You can plan to get to this, that, and the other. You can plan to get to your boyfriend's house, your girlfriend's house. Why don't we plan in advance to get to parent teachers night? Why don't we pool parents together? There's a way to do this. It can't just be, oh, all the teachers are garbage and they're teaching Marxism. I mean, because this is just not accurate. I mean, have people been in a school lately? Because they're talking out of their ass. I mean, I don't even know how teachers are supposed to teach about Martin Luther King at this point. I mean, what are they supposed to tell the kids he marched for? Since you can't talk about anything. How are you supposed to learn anything? Well, who's Martin Luther King? Well, he was this African-American guy who fought for rights. Whose rights? We can't talk about it. What?
But he died and he has a holiday named after him. So he was kind of important.
Right. That a group of people in this country who were Congress people voted against, by the way. John McCain being one of them.
Okay, thank you.
So, again, before we start blowing people like the Liz Cheneys of the world who are having their grand old moment in the sun, look at the track record. What do I always say? Pattern of behavior. It's not any one thing. If you say the word nigger, that doesn't make you more of a card-carrying Klansman any more or less than somebody else, unless I see a pattern of behavior that is aligned with that language. Everybody has said the N-word. Get over it. If you're looking for the one human out there who has never said it, you're kidding yourselves. Everybody has said it. I'm looking for a pattern of behavior.
If you include with an A or a hard R, yes.
Everybody has said it.
Well, my thing is the only people who say it with a hard R are people that are so comfortable saying it that like
no, I disagree with you.
Well, like by the time they get to the point where they're caught saying it with a hard R, you've been saying this. You just got caught. You're comfortable using this language.
Everybody has used the N-word. Black people have used the N-word. Ugh, there goes the niggas. You know what that means when we say it. There's niggas, there's homies, there's brothers, and then there's niggas. You know the distinction. It ain't colored folk. You know what you're talking about when you say, look at those niggas over there. Bums.
Is it any different if you say, look at those bum ass niggas over there?
Yeah. Everybody has said it, and they have said it within their own race as well. You don't think there's somebody in Thailand right now calling one of their Asian kinfolk driving fucked up on the highway a nigga in their language?
I really want to know how to say nigga in every language.
Right. So if we're out there looking for the holy man who's never said it, good luck.
This is a good point.
Whether you've said it internally, quietly, in prayer, in the car, wherever you've said it, everybody has said it. Right. Amen.
Oh, amen.
I mean,
Out of here.
Come on, man.
I mean, sometimes I'll be like, Lord, deliver us from these niggas because people be wilding out.